In this video I'm going to show you how I fixed a common problem with these MAKITA BL1860 batteries for free. This is relevant for all the 18 volt LXT batteries. 3 batteries won't charge, and that is exactly what happens. So, multimeter on 20 volts. Let's just test and see what we've got on the rails. So if you can see that there, on that one we have 11.7 volts at the rails. This one we have 2.6, call it, and this one we have 2.7, which is quite interesting because I've looked at this and I'm not too sure how that's working on that one, because when I test it here, I don't know if you can see that there, we have 18.7 volts on that battery. I haven't tested this one. Ooh, okay, we are going to need to do some investigating with that just there, because we just got sparks when we touched that. And then on this one we only have 2 volts on that one. Okay, so as you can see, I've already lifted that one up, like I said, and I have a feeling, looking at the melted section on this battery, this is the same. So I am just going to try to lift this out of the case. The charge indicator is just slides out, and then these aren't actually held in, they do come out with a bit of wiggling. I will clean all the cases up in a minute, and then you can undo this screw here which holds the board on, and then I believe the board will then just lift up. I'm a bit worried that this battery is shorted out in this area, so I think I'm going to desolder that. Like I say, if you're new here, please check out some of the other videos. We've got loads of MAKITA repair videos now, restoration videos, fixing videos. So this is interesting. So we have 2 different battery types here from what I can see. We have this one here, which I believe has a smart charging system built into it, and then these are the older style battery management boards. I have looked to see how much these boards cost to buy, and they're just a couple of quid. So if it does come down to being a faulty board, we will be able to replace those. Again, I'd just like to get this one out of here. These all smell like they've been in a fish and chip shop. They smell greasy. Got a greasy smell to them. It's a bit of an odd smell. So there's all our cells. In fact, that cell there looks like it's died. I believe these are in twos, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then it's wired from that end to that end, backwards and forwards. So that one's a little bit warm. Doesn't smell like it's going to catch fire inside. It's probably a good thing, but I have a feeling we may have lost a cell in this battery. I'm going to test the cells in a minute once the soldering iron's fired up, and we can just disconnect this here. Okay, now just by disconnecting that, that end there. You can see that just by disconnecting that end, we should now have stopped anything else from shorting. In fact, I'm just going to just say desolder this board here, and then we're going to lift this board out and then just check. Oh, I could do some more solder on here. Okay, and then we can just lift the board out of the way. See, now that just there is why you need to be careful with lithium batteries. A quick spark like that is not going to cause any problem, but you can see right there where that has been shorting to that battery underneath. If that had shorted out and had not burnt the contacts off the board, see, I desoldered it. That's the part I desoldered, but it had actually melted its way off. Which, when I saw the design on that one that I took out here, I thought that's a bad design. You know, running the battery bus bar straight over the top of a lithium cell. So basically you've got all of the juice from all of these batteries shorting through that, because that's earth, negative, and positive is the end cap. So I think that these batteries may be recoverable. Definitely going to need to put something over the top of all of this to protect that, and then resolder onto that with some cable. And again, I think this is the same. So when we look at this battery and you lift this up, see there where it's burnt, and you can see here it's melted the plastic. So it's just a bad design really from Makita, running the bus bar just straight on top of that plastic sheathing, especially if you're sliding this in and out and it just got a slight bit of wobble or movement in it. That plastic shrink is just not designed to be a really good earth. Okay, so apart from this battery pack, which is warm from where I tried to charge it from, I think, a dead cell, so we're going to put that one to the side for a minute, and we're going to concentrate on these two that we have here with the shorted contacts, because I think these are going to be relatively easy to repair. Let's just get some thick electrical tape, and what I'm going to do is for this one, so we're going to put some insulator between these, because that I do not want a set of lithium batteries going kapop in my house. If you've never seen what happens when a lithium battery has thermal runaway, which is what it's called, just type in YouTube lithium or lipo battery explosion. They're fun to watch, but certainly something you would not want to happen in your house. That's for sure. Okay, so you can see that's now completely insulated. So that's one. Let's do the same to this one. Bring you in a bit there. Right, so such a bad design. I can't believe they've not put anything over there. So yeah, if your MAKITA batteries have started playing up, it's definitely worth undoing them. All you need is a T10 torque screw, and then to pop out the safety, the anti-tamper plastic white plug, which you can just bang a flathead screwdriver into. That's what I did. Okay, so I'm a bit happy with that. It's now a bit safer. On the battery you have this here, which is your thermal pickup, and then here you have just a battery management. I'm really surprised they've not wired this so it's charging in a different way to the way it is, because normally with lithium cells you want to charge them all individually and balance charge them. Whereas this doesn't seem to be any balance charging actually built in. Just to be safe, we're just going to add a couple of layers of tape, just there. Okay, so far it doesn't actually look like we've got bad chip. It looks like we've got bad solder joints. So that can be soldered back onto there. So now we need to make a contact between here and up there. All we need for that is a piece of wire, a piece of reasonably thick gauge cable. Just gonna solder this onto here. Should use my other cutters and strippers, but never mind. I think some of our problem is this plastic. Yeah, see, this is just never going to get a soldered joint with all this melted plastic on here. Okay, let's try again. Much better. Yep, it's definitely soldered itself onto that. So now I'm just going to install the board up here. Just run the wire in where it needed to be. There's a couple of locating pins on the bottom of the board just to help locate it into the right place. Let's screw this back on. If you enjoy watching restoration videos, check out some of the videos at the end. I'm going to link the playlist from where we have restored a whole load of Makitas I got for free, and that's one of the reasons this video is going on there. It's because now I've got all the tools. I needed some batteries, and I thought, well, why not just buy some genuine faulty batteries. I knew that was going to be hot, and try and fix them. Look at that. Battery indicator's working. Just going to put a little bit more solder on this just to make sure we've got a real good and alright, we can test with the meter. How you doing there? 20 minutes in, we're still going. So there we go, that battery is now working at 18.5 volts on the rails. So that battery seems to be a good battery without any need for a new circuit board or anything else. So I'm going to put that one to the side, and then we're going to have a look at this one, which again I think is the same. Wow, that's holding a lot of charge if that's actually at 19.27 volts. So that is a fully charged battery. So again, we need to be careful with this one. So we've repaired that side. I'm just going to put a little bit of tape under this side, even though that side is going to the negative, and the chassis, the outer plate of the battery is negative. I'll just put that on there anyway. And again, I think I'm going to just do the same thing with this. Let's pop this cover plate back on. Oh. Bend that back over because we need that. Just making sure that's all nicely in there, and it is. It's fantastic. Okay. And again, I'm just going to jump that connector from there to there. Is you want to open the battery up, look for any short circuit signs, like on this one. You could just see where it had a short and had burnt the wiring connectors up. So that's an easy, obvious problem. And then you'll want to go through the batteries, and these seem to be 2, 4, 6, 8, and then I think the higher the amp hour, the more either the more batteries you'll end up getting, or the larger the capacity of the batteries that are fitted. Okay, this one's not as scorched and burnt as the other one was. Okay, so I've just bent this to a bit of a shape. Just put some solder on there, and then we're just going to solder this in between that gap. Just how we've just bridged that contact with that cable, and now the battery contact isn't going underneath that metal, that plastic plate. The metal is going well away from those batteries. So now we can, fantastic, we can now connect this back to there. And we've just resoldered there, and I'm very confident if we push this button, get battery indicator. I'm pretty sure now if we test those two rails, we're going to have the voltage we are looking for. So there we go. So we just fixed two apparent, well, they were faulty, two batteries that were sold needing new chips. There we go, nearly that 19 volts. So we know that's the second one now fixed up. So now we're over to this third one. So I think I'm going to do that on another video, because I'm quite happy for the price that I paid to get two of these working. Two good original MAKITA batteries. I'm going to be quite happy with that. So I'm going to go and give these shelves a good clean up, because like I say, they smell funny and they've got paint on them and stuff. So I'm going to go give these shelves a clean up, and then we'll see what they look like once we've put it all back together. Just back with a completed. So I gave them a clean up. They're absolutely filthy. They came out really nice. So I've got two 6 amp hour batteries. Both the charge indicators are working. They should. And charge indicator there on the drill's working. So that one works as it should. So there's that one. Restored this MAKITA combi. So check out the video for that. So there we go. So thanks for watching. There's two 6 amp hour MAKITA 18 volt batteries.